Today is January 5, 2015. I have a clip from the local news I'll be playing for you at the end of this to show you everything in the context. Now, the local news just threw Agenda 21 right in our face, and the teleprompter readers have no idea what they were even reading. This picture here is everything I have been explaining lately. This is Griffith Park, a massive open space in Los Angeles, and it says right here, recent land acquisitions to Griffith Park. That means less places for people to live, less places for people to sleep, because you are not allowed to sleep in a park. So this is the West Covina Park system, as I've shown for the general plan videos, and they want to do the same thing. These green areas are the parks, and they want to try to fill in as much of these brown areas as they can with parkland. That's exactly what they're doing here. They're filling in more areas here and everywhere else with parkland. Look how massive this park actually is as it encompasses this entire freeway area. Now, the main plan, or the end game, is to make Los Angeles like New York. Big, dense city, you are out of your car, and a massive, sprawling open space like that of Central Park. That is what Griffith Park is. Griffith Park is Los Angeles' version of the New York Central Park. And then, of course, we have the Wildlands biodiversity map, and the yellow are the parks. So this, the greens, all the greens in these two maps that you see is the yellow in this map. The red, you cannot go anywhere on this land. They will arrest you if they have their way. The yellows are the parks. That's why we see these parks swallowing up all of the land, because they don't want you living anywhere. They want you living in these little green controlled areas. So now, one more thing that we saw in the news. We have a stop, no access to Hollywood sign. They're fencing everything off. They don't want you in these areas. Now, when I was at the San Dimas protest, protesting President Obama signing his executive order making the San Gabriel Mountains a national park, they did the same thing. They closed the park where Obama was signing the executive order. This was a park, Bonilla Park, that is never closed to the public. But it was closed on this day so Obama can make his illegal executive order. And the argument we were making at this protest is if you let him sign this executive order, you will see signs like this in the San Gabriel Mountains, which at the time of this protest did not exist. And we are seeing it here too. This is what Agenda 21 is all about. It is about fencing everything off. All these areas will be fenced off. You will not be able to go to them, especially the reds. The yellows, they'll let you in when they want to. And as you can see here, there is a gate, so you can walk in, but only when they tell you can. So look at these pictures. Expanding the parks. A proposal to expand the parks. What the end game is going to look like. And everything being fenced off so that people cannot use it. So here's the clip.
A hiking trail in Griffith Park that has been closed for several months reopened today.
The trail leads to the iconic Hollywood sign, and many residents who live near it are not happy. KTLA 5's Mark Mester reports.
Good afternoon from Beechwood Drive. This is the entrance to Beechwood Drive Canyon. This gate has not been open for some 8 months, but that is not the case this morning. It is open to hikers, and this gate is open to drivers of a nearby horse stable. But that doesn't mean that a lot of local residents aren't upset. Some are upset at their local city council member.
It's a very dangerous situation. We've said that to the councilman and to the mayor's office, people in his office. They assured us that they were going to work on this. But we met with Councilman Labange in August. And I asked him, I said, what is it going to take?
You're listening to Beechwood Drive resident T.J. Escott, a man who's called this neighborhood home for 40 years. He recalled a meeting he says he attended with L.A. City Council member Tom Labange last August, where he told the elected official he opposed the reopening of the trail to the public because the congestion of cars could lead to a fire hazard and potentially cost lives. We took the statement straight to Labange.
I want him to respect the neighborhood. Safety first is so key on that. We have preferential parking that restricts it to neighbors only. If we need more, which I want more restricted parking, I will gladly implement.
The trail's entrance closed last March so the Department of Recreation and Parks could install an electronic fence to stop cars from driving up the trail, both blocking traffic and access to the Sunset Ranch horse stable. Visitors can park on Beechwood Drive Monday through Friday, but only permanent residents can park on the streets on weekends and holidays. Folks like Escott told us that will only lead to hikers being dropped off at the trailhead, which will further congest the street. Councilmember LaBonge says he's proposing a solution.
Explore with the Department of Transportation for a shuttle from the Metro stop right here in Hollywood and Vine directly into the park. Don't park in the neighborhood.
If visitors do approach the gate on weekends or a holiday, they'll be directed to the Griffith Observatory, which also has access to the sign. Still, not everyone in the neighborhood was upset with the reopening.
If you live up here, you have to understand that's going to happen.
Mark Mester, KTLA 5 News.